Howdy, y'all. I'm the Rational Moderate, and today we're going to be talking about a bus. Almost, well, it did get struck by the train, but not really that badly. It was like this close to being a terrible accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it sheared off a couple inches of material on the back of the bus. Let me tell you what, we were about a foot away from a tragedy. All right, I don't know what this lady was thinking. Clearly, the bus driver wasn't paying attention, but man, this is the lady that you were entrusting your kids' lives to, and she just decides to run the tracks and almost get hit by a bus. Insane behavior, let me tell you what.
These are the frantic moments a school bus filled with children narrowly avoids a direct hit from a passing train in Central Florida. Watch again. You can hear what appears to be a child sobbing as the train flies by.
Honestly, man, yeah, I'd be pretty damn scared too. If a bus came this close to, and it did hit the bus, so they probably felt it. But man, if I was one of those kids, I'd be horrified too. You're entrusting this bus driver to get you home safely, and they almost get you completely taken out by a train, like a train, a whole train, dude. We've seen those run through semis and completely cut them in half. Imagine what that would do to a bus. Insane behavior. This lady needs to be locked up. Let me tell you what.
And from this vantage point moments earlier, you can see the bus crawling forward, trying to get out of the way.
By the way, that was literal seconds between complete disaster. Literal seconds between your kid being on a t-shirt. Let me tell you what. My goodness. That is insane.
The bus driver made poor decisions that could have resulted in the death of 29 children and one adult.
With 29 children and one man on board her school bus last week, investigators say driver Yvonne Hampton went over the train tracks after crossing arms started going down.
Poor decision making is kind of it's not strong enough of a term there. Let me tell you what. You go over the rails after the crossing guards start coming down. That is just crazy behavior. This is why, honestly, this is why when you get past a certain age and you're starting to get elderly, you need to retake the driving test like every 5 years. All right, I'm sorry. We have to make sure you're still cognitively there to be able to properly drive on the road with everybody else and not put everybody in danger, especially the lives of our most vulnerable kids, like my goodness.
The bus's onboard audio and video system, according to investigators, catching Hampton spontaneously uttering, "Not gonna stop for no train." Then a child yells, "There is a train coming." The train crashes into the bus, remarkably only appearing to graze the back end.
So I thought we were completely going to just get demolished. It had to be 6 inches away from us.
The Sumter County Sheriff's Office says no serious injuries were reported. Hampton now faces more than 30 charges, including 29 counts of child neglect. Late yesterday, the 67-year-old bonded out of jail, hiding her face, leaving many questions unanswered.
So yeah, like I said, you could see it took a chunk of the back of that bus completely off. My goodness. And 67 years old. I think at 65, you have to start retaking that driving test every couple years to make sure you're cognitively there. I mean, you say, I ain't going to wait for no train. Dude, you were literal milliseconds away from getting just completely destroyed. Imagine if you hadn't stepped on the gas just to push the train or the bus just a little bit more forward. You know what I'm saying? Holy cow. It's just insane story. Always make sure that you're putting your child on a safe bus. Don't be putting them with some crazy lady like this. And other than that, I'm the Rational Moderate. Keep your kids safe, hug them close, and I am out.